How would he monetize it?
All right, let's do the pop culture roundup.
Pay us and I'll stop making that sound.
Or you could just quit listening. Hey, welcome back to Even More Mashed Up. We are the podcast coming to you from the Misericordia University. We talk about all things pop culture, and we are professors. I'm Allan.
And I'm Patrick. Can we really say that we are the podcast when there are other podcasts coming from Misericordia University?
But we are the podcast.
Oh, okay.
And not just from Misericordia University. I think
you said the podcast from the Misericordia University.
Yeah, but we are the podcast. Then we come from the Misericordia University.
Okay.
I don't think name a podcast that's better than ours.
From Misericordia University.
No.
No.
Globally.
What's the one on the NPR?
Pop Culture Happy Hour?
Right.
Oh, we've shot past them.
What's the one with Ira Glass?
No competition. Oh, This American Life?
Yeah.
Oh, we're way better.
Are we?
More authentic.
Did you listen to the last episode?
No.
Yeah,
no, I was just here.
Yeah.
Wasn't actually listening.
So, yes. So, today we're doing another installment of our continuing series.
Yes?
Today is Pop Culture Roundup.
Yeehaw!
Get along, little doggies. See, it's a roundup, so we're going cowboy.
Yep.
Full cowboy.
Eat beans around a campfire.
Yeah. So if you're a long
gut.
time listener to the podcast and the radio show, you would know that we do
Shoot some
segment.
desperados. Wear
Also
jingle jangly things on my boots.
Also
Oh,
some
I thought you were
cattle.
doing a jingle
Spurs.
jangle Riverdale thing.
I got spurs. Go jingle
So
jangle.
yes, this is where we both sort of scoured the pop culture.
Whoa! Time
newscape.
out. We were supposed to scour.
Yes, we scour. The
I did
pop
more of
culture
a
newscape
like
Google
a
search?
light skimming. I did not scour.
to talk about all that's going on recently in pop culture. Thus, we round up the latest or semi-latest.
Do you really think it needs that
in pop culture
detailed
news.
an explanation?
It does.
Does it?
It is crucial.
I am not as confident as you that the readers, that the listeners would need that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm obviously a little bit slow today.
Neither of us are at our best.
So anyway, I've skimmed the internet and
I
you
have.
scoured
I did
it.
a deep dive,
So we skimmed and scoured.
which is why most of my stuff is superhero things. But I do have one that I think you're going to like.
Ooh, I've got a superhero poll for you to take too.
Oh, okay.
I made my own poll.
You made your own poll?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a list of things you need to rank.
Okay. Do we want to start there since you seem really excited about your poll?
Probably not. It's not going to be as good as I thought it was now that you put it that way.
Okay, well,
I realize maybe I've built it into more.
I guess we should get your poll done.
All right. Well, one of the things that is in the pop culture news recently is that Marvel has kind of unveiled sort of its plans through the end of the year in terms of its big events in the comic books.
Yes,
right?
I think I had something on that.
So you've got the War of the Realms coming.
Yes.
And then followed by House of X.
Mm-hmm. And
Powers of X. Then Absolute Carnage.
Mm-hmm. Then Unknown December Mega Crossover. Sorry, did I step on your thing?
And then a final as yet unrevealed Mega Crossover.
Yes.
So rank your enthusiasm for those events. Like, what's number one? Is it the War of the Realms, which is like a Thor-ish kind of driven, big Marvel,
big crossover?
Brouhaha.
I am
House of
excited
X
for
and Powers of X are
the new John Hickman
kind of like revamping, resetting,
doing something.
relaunching
they've
something
compared
with
it
the X-Men,
to,
right?
You know, Giant Size X-Men #1. What were the I actually had
So
something on this.
when
in
I say
terms of-
relaunch and revamp, that would be Giant Size X-Men.
They compared
#1.
it to Giant Size X-Men #1.
Yeah.
The Chris Claremont, Jim Lee X-Men #1.
These are kind of
Age of Apocalypse
it's
and the Morrison
inspirations.
Quietly New X-Men, like the big kind of reboots or.
right. So something big is coming, and it's coming from Jonathan Hickman.
My concern
Yes.
is because when they brought back Professor X,
Yeah.
his character now is just called X,
Right.
who I do not like.
He's a very, very difficult character
And I'm
to get to
concerned
know
about
or
House
care
of X
about.
and Powers of X. Are these going to be really X-centric?
I get it. Like, eccentric
literally
or
just came up with that.
eccentric. I hope so, because that was something you worked a long time for.
No, I literally just came up with
I would
that.
be concerned.
I'm excited for War of the Realms.
The War of the Realms?
War of the Realms.
What was that first
The
one?
War of the Realms.
I cannot wait for War of the Realms.
Yeah,
Have you been drinking? Yeah,
I
fair.
like to,
so you
Irish
are
up-
excited. This is the kind of thing I'm thinking I'm going to miss entirely. Should I not miss it?
I don't know. Aaron's been doing. I mean, I've gotten Aaron's run on Thor like
Yeah.
discounted heavily at Amazon and like the electronic Kindle copies. I mean, he's that rare example of like a writer who's been allowed at Marvel to basically stay on Thor. I think he's been on there for 5 or 6 years at this point.
Yeah.
And basically writing, like, it's the closest thing we've had to like the Claremont Byrne era where
Yeah.
you had kind of that really.
I miss that in comics.
Yeah, so-
I really like. You need to give a creative team time
Yeah.
to really tell a story.
So and generally speaking, I like the stuff that Jason Aaron does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is going to be. I'm excited for War of the Realms. Yes.
Okay. You're worried about House of X and Powers of X.
Yeah, I mean, I like Hickman.
Is it really going to be about X? Because I just
hope
assumed
not.
the X was more generic.
I hope not, but they did. I read something that they said it's going to be Professor X centered or.
Well, maybe will they bring back the original Professor X? They have to eventually, right?
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
They don't have to. They could choose not to.
They should.
I don't know if they should, but they have to.
But yeah, I mean, Hickman, we'll see. I mean, he did say this was a little bit hurtful because I think if either him or the artist, because the article on Bleeding Cool was not written particularly well.
Yeah.
Talking about this is the first time they're working on a Marvel title that was a title that they loved as kids.
Right.
Which
Oh.
if it's Hickman, that's hurtful because he spent so long on Avengers.
Yeah.
My concern with
A lot
Hickman
of
is
people grew up preferring X-Men to Avengers.
he's got a lot of like really big ideas.
Yeah.
And they're generally really good to start.
Yeah.
But as we talked about off there, they get a bit grandiose.
I tried to read some of the more recent Avengers stuff, and
Yeah.
it just got to the point. Like as I told you, like once the Celestials show up,
yeah.
I've not read a Celestial story yet.
Yeah.
That really made me want to keep reading.
Yeah. So
And then you got Absolute Carnage.
yeah.
So
Carnage sets out to kill everyone who's ever had a symbiote, which at this point is everyone,
right.
except maybe Hawkeye.
Well, we can all sleep better knowing that Hawkeye will be around
Well,
to protect
Hawkeye
us
will be
when
the
all the
key to
heroes are
defeating
gone.
Carnage and the other symbiotes.
Ugh.
He's got a Sonic arrow, and they don't like Sonic. I've wrapped up the show.
There you go. So what's
not
your
excited
ranking?
for
Like 1 through 4
War of the Realms
is number 1.
yes.
All right.
Number 4 is probably Absolute Carnage.
I think that's pretty obvious. And then House and Powers are hard to like. I don't know.
And then Unknown Mega crossover event in December. Now I have a feeling.
Wait, is what? 2?
Well, because the House of X and Powers of X start in July.
Yeah.
And they're alternating weekly, and they're 6 issues each. So that's going to be wrapping up September, October-ish.
Yeah.
Which makes me think Unknown Mega crossover thing is probably whatever is next for X-Men.
Yeah.
So,
Or at least a way to bring them back.
yeah,
maybe.
that it's going to be.
Yeah.
The other thing that bothers me about House of X and Powers of X is that clearly the X franchise is being given over to Hickman.
Yeah.
Which means everything that's going on right now is kind of a placeholder.
Well, but the Age of X-Man seems very placeholder.
Well, I'm not reading that. I'm just reading the Uncanny X-Men, which I haven't read since issue 8. I'm like so many issues behind.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's funny. I tried to catch up on Uncanny before the show in case you had read up. So that
No,
makes me
I have
feel-
not. I managed to get caught up on all my DC reading because I read
think-
my DC comics
I
first.
think the
and then my
Uncanny's
Marvel.
actually working better than it has for a while.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, like I like Rosenberg.
I do too. I liked his. What was the
Astonishing.
Astonishing,
Right?
yeah.
Was his work was really good there. I trust him with the X-Men.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what is it all? Yeah.
It just feels like it kind of
But-
deflated the effect of the current storyline.
And it's the problem with Marvel is they won't even give the X-Men reboot time
before we reboot it again.
before they reboot it again. And so it's this frenetic, like
Yeah.
we said earlier, no creative team gets a long enough run.
No, the fact that Aaron has lasted this long on
Yeah.
Thor is pretty remarkable.
is really a problem for X-Men in particular, though,
Yeah.
because they swap artists, they swap writers so quickly anymore.
Yeah.
And if you're right, and I think you probably are, that Hickman's going to reset everything in House and Powers of X.
And then
there's
take a
going to
couple
be
months off, and then there's going to be whatever the new thing is.
yeah, like it's too bad that that's how comic companies feel like they have to sell now.
Yeah.
Like as the coda to our book suggests, our forthcoming book. Like they just reboot so quickly
Yeah.
now that it's almost like dizzying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Trying
mean,
to
when you think
keep
about the
up
fact
with-
that DC was allowing how long until Crisis rebooted things in '85?
Yeah.
And Marvel, hadn't really rebooted itself until even more recently than that. And now it's constant.
Just
Oh,
bit-
look,
yeah.
it's another Avengers Volume 1. And I'm like,
Yeah.
the last one was
Yeah.
12 issues. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's too quick.
a little
I think-
frustrating.
I
So-
think it's very frustrating, and I think that it's counterproductive to the business model.
But yeah,
that
I
they
mean,
probably like to build.
Of the 4 big things,
So War of the Realms is number 1 for
definitely
you.
by a fair margin. The others I am kind of mixed on.
So you would
I do
put-
like Hickman.
You would put the X stuff 2 and 3, but in part because
Well,
the
we're-
Carnage really has no.
I'm not a big Carnage fan.
I
I don't collect Spider-Man.
I never liked Venom,
Yeah.
so obviously Carnage I think is just dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your guess,
Oh, there is a Carnage teaser in Venom.
Really?
Yeah, it's the post-credit scene.
No, I don't need it.
You know who they have playing Carnage?
No.
Woody Harrelson.
Really? Okay, now that's interesting. Although not for Rich, who's totally nodded off.
It's a really terrible teaser. Because they've got Woody Harrelson with like weird curly red
Woody
hair.
who?
That's Woody Harrelson.
Woody
Okay.
With like
Harrelson?
Woody
weird
Harrel-
curly red hair, which
A lot of
just does not.
slurring going on over there today.
My dog vomited on the bed at 3 a.m. I'm not the sharpest.
On the yeah, fair. And so I had another question, and that was the guess for the final event yet unrevealed. Do you think it's a big? Is it another like X versus A kind of thing to bring them back in?
I'm guessing
or
it's another Uncanny X-Men #1.
is there a big event?
Yeah,
Really? So it'll be just an X event.
I have a feeling.
It's 3 X events in like half a
Yeah,
year.
I mean, well, the other thing you could think about is maybe it's something with Avengers.
yeah.
I mean, if you think about the big events, there's Aaron's Thor, there's a Spider-Man event, there's an X-Men event.
It feels
The
like
one
Avengers.
thing that's missing is an Avengers.
Maybe the Avengers apologize for doing the X-Men so badly recently.
What do you mean Avengers doing the X-Men?
I think they've just been fighting the X-Men all the time
Oh, I gotcha.
for reasons I don't understand.
Yeah.
X-Men are easy to fight.
All right. So anyway, that was my poll, which actually bought way more time than I thought it would in terms of conversation.
Yeah,
So-
that was actually, that's good.
Fine time. The even more messed up story.
Yeah.
Although it does actually kind of tread on some of the other stuff that I was going to talk about.
That's
in terms
okay.
of comics.
So,
So you have something you want to share?
I do.
All
I
right.
have something that I think is going to be very exciting for you.
Yes.
Because according to various sources,
Various sources.
the Bumblebee sequel.
Rich, are you eating?
Potentially.
Okay. Right next to the microphone. Okay.
The sequel to Bumblebee
Yes.
will attempt to incorporate
Michael Bay.
some of the action or bayhem, as it's apparently called, of the previous Transformer films.
I'm not opposed
Of course, you love the
to
bayhem.
Bayhem.
No,
I
I'm
hope
fine
they
with
don't lose the heart
Yes. See, I'm
that
fine
they
with the bayhem as
created
well.
in Bumblebee.
My problem is with the racial and sexual baseploitation that I'm not a big fan of.
Baseploitation. I see what you're doing there. You play. It's not. It's
Or
exploitation.
exploitation. No, that sounds-
Exploitation's better.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it sounded a little bit too much like something else. That ends with bation.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
But now that you've spelled it out,
Saturation?
Yes. Because that ended with bation.
maturation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Combination.
Don't worry, you'll master it.
See what you did there. I don't want. As much as I love the Michael Bay Transformers,
And you do. You are a big fan of the Bayhem.
I love the Bayhem. I hope that they don't lose the improvements that came with it. There's no reason why you couldn't have more action and explosions in a movie,
Yes.
but not lose sort of the heart of the story.
Well, this is what producer Lorenzo Di Bonaventura explained.
Yes.
That they're going to try to do exactly what you said. I know the next Transformers, our attempt anyway, is to sort of do a fusion of Bumblebee and the Bay movies.
Yeah.
A little more Bayhem and a little bit more of the character falling in love within the emotional dynamic of the movie.
The character falling in
I feel
love.
like that phrase might be translated, but I feel like that phrase got away from him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it kind
But
of doesn't
they
mean
basically
anything.
wanted to have the Bayhem and the emotional story.
I'm okay with this.
I feel like the one thing they could do that would prevent that
Yeah.
is to actually have Michael Bay involved.
Yes. I could see your concerns about that.
You know,
And I
have
should
like
do-
a pseudo Bayhem.
Right. Lots of people do Bayhem.
They do.
Not quite like he does.
No.
I if they can do that, I'd be happy. But they better not lose what's good.
What's good? The heart of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a big
Well, and the other
loss.
thing I read that I couldn't find was that apparently they're planning 2 more Transformer movies.
Of course. Why stop?
One of them is a sequel to Bumblebee.
Yes.
The other is somehow picking up on the continuity from The Last Night.
You're just making that up
I'm not.
because that would be like a huge gift to me.
No, they did. I did read an
Well,
article.
no,
I'm
no.
not,
Is Bay involved?
I don't
with
know. There was just something that said that they were going to there's going to be they're going to be basically apparently 2 Transformer universes.
I definitely need more Merlin.
The Bumblebee and
More
the,
drunk
the,
Merlin.
the
Yeah,
first
Merlin
knight.
was awesome.
Was that Stanley Tucci?
It might have been.
I think it was Stanley Tucci.
So, I've got no problem with that. Actually, like, why not? I mean,
do.
it might confuse people a little bit.
Just
But-
a
And the
tad.
fact that it makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, but
Narratively.
like, come on, you live in a comic book world of alternate universes.
But they make sense.
No, they don't.
They totally make sense.
Not
They're
always.
entirely consistent.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. I will. I go see 2 more Transformers movies.
Of course you will. You've seen all the other ones.
Better.
Like, why stop now?
better bet.
Like, you have no critical discernment when it comes to the Transformer movies.
I have total
Much like you
critical
in superhero
enlightenment
movies.
when
Thank
it comes
you for
to the.
stepping on the point that I was trying to work to, Rich. Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's great.
Wait, how do you step on the point?
Because I was like, much like you in superhero movies.
Oh, it's a fair point.
It is a fair point.
It's actually more like you than me.
In which case, you should not mock me for it because it's about you as well.
It's not about me.
You are
no,
as
no,
bad as me when it
no,
comes to
no.
the
I am
Transformer
enlightened about Michael Bay. I
you're
have
not.
transcended the
Ooh.
limits that you guys have imposed upon yourselves.
It's like looking into a mirror. Like there's two Hamiltons
In that you
side
sound
by
like me. Yes,
yeah.
I got
There's
it.
2 Hamiltons side by side right now for a moment.
No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you sound
I
exactly like
understand
Because
what
I'm
Michael.
enlightened.
You guys do not understand the artistry of Michael Bay.
Okay, if you would just insert where you say Michael Bay and Transformers,
Yes.
Age of Ultron, and Joss Whedon, I think you're going to feel really unpleasant.
No, not at all. No, because they're not the same. I
right. Age of
understand.
Ultron actually is a
I
decent movie.
understand what Michael Bay is doing. You don't.
No, I totally understand what he's doing.
No,
He's
you
making
don't.
Crap films.
Oh, see, that's what. See, you are a slave to the cultural
No, I'm not.
norms.
No, I'm not.
You can't think
In
outside the
cul-
box.
If you mean by cultural norm of making a movie that is not insulting to my intelligence, then yes, I'm a slave to that cultural norm.
no, you think it's insulting to
No,
your
no,
intelligence
it is-
because
it is
you
insulting to
think
my
so
intelligence.
much of yourself.
No, I
if
do
you
not-
could let the ego go
I
as
do
you
not
watch the
think
Michael
much of
Bay,
myself.
it will
Listen,
transform the way you see
listen.
it.
If I have many issues,
La 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 la
it
la.
is not thinking much of myself.
Oh, in this case, you do.
No.
You think you're way better than Michael Bay.
No, I love The Rock. That's a great Michael Bay movie. I want that Michael Bay.
You think you're better than Transformers Michael Bay.
Anything is better than Transformers.
See,
Michael
there's your ego. You're hiding it behind
Bay. Daddy's
everything.
Home is better than Transformers.
Is
Michael
Rich
Bay.
better?
Yes.
Wow.
The Star Wars Extended Universe is better.
Wow.
Well, that's a good universe.
That's a good universe.
Rich,
right.
don't
Yeah.
stop stepping on my points.
All right. So I found something weird that I wanted to run by you.
Ooh, cool. I like weird.
Yeah, have you heard about these Instagram playgrounds?
No.
So Rich, you have because you're in the media. This is your profession.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So they are these interactive pop-up exhibits in big cities like New York, Los Angeles,
Oh.
Chicago. They charge people like $18 to $45 according to the article I
Oh,
read
good God.
to capture their experiences in immersive Instagram playgrounds, which lead to thousands of posts on your social media platform. So you could go and there's like all kinds of funky environments that you can then take pictures of yourself and post to your Instagram. What's your thought on Instagram playgrounds?
It feels like Instagram. Like I don't really.
So that's a
understand.
good thing then.
I don't know. Well, I mean,
No, they're creating like psychedelic bowling alleys or
that I would
or-
stand in and take a picture of.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
actually at a bowling alley.
No, you're in a
I
playground.
can't bowl.
No, you're
I like bowling.
Instagram is Instagram about bowling?
I mean, I'm sure.
Number one, nobody says I like bowling.
I love bowling.
You probably consider it a sport too, don't
I was
you?
just gonna say it's a sport I'm good at.
Ooh.
Bowling is totally a sport.
Do you watch the PBA on the weekends?
I do not. Oh God, no! Watching bowling? That's
Yeah.
worse than baseball.
Yeah. Maybe not, but close.
It's
No, it's worse. You're right. So
Yeah.
It sounds kind of. So
I like to.
but
I like
the
to
point is that-
bowl.
the
I
point
don't
is
like
that
to
people
bowl.
want-
They guarantee like you'll get posts and stuff. Like
I don't think so. I think you're just taking pictures. Like you want your Instagram pictures to be really interesting, right? So here's a chance to
I
go
like to
and
think that mine already are. I mean, they're mostly of Leia these days.
you're trying to get me. You're trying to get me to say something, but I won't say it.
Am I trying to get you to say
Oh,
something?
you definitely are.
Don't think
Yeah.
I am.
The only pictures you take are of Leia. That's true. But
and Legos.
they're kind of all in the same room.
I don't have a lot of space, and she's not allowed
Right.
to go certain rooms.
Right. So my point being, though, you're
Here's another
taking
picture of
picture
Leia
after
on my
picture
gray
after
couch.
picture of Leia on the carpet or Leia on your couch.
or a chewed item that Leia has gotten to.
Right.
I took a
On his
picture of her
carpet
outside the other day.
or on his couch. Okay. So you've got like 3 locations. What the Instagram playground would do for you would be you could pay your fee, and maybe I'd have to pay for the dog too. I'm not sure. But then you could go
No,
and
I'm
you
paying for the
could
dog.
vary the backgrounds, right? You could
It
you could
sounds
create all these
interesting,
really
yeah.
intriguing.
Can't I guess just do that with like a
weird
background
backgrounds.
that I could download? Like, why do I have to pay $18 to $45?
Well, no, wait. Before you answer,
Well, because you're hanging out
what
with
is your
Instagrammers.
But what is your thought process for that? You download the background, and then how do you get that background to be behind you in the Instagram photo?
I'd Photoshop it.
Are you good with Photoshop? Do you own Photoshop?
No.
On your
Have
phone?
you ever used Photoshop?
No.
Okay.
then how would
I'd
you
figure
use
it
it?
out though? I'm good with technology.
And then how would you get the Photoshop files onto your phone?
Well, I'd email it to myself so I can do it on the computer.
No. The second process of computer to phone.
I'd email it to my phone.
And then save it to your phone and then upload it. So,
It's pretty simple.
no, I don't think so.
It's not like
I
a
think
science
I
rocket.
think the Photoshop is going to be a lot harder than you think.
Yeah, it can't be that hard.
I think it's going to be harder than you think.
Nah, you just cut the thing. You put
I
it
know
on the
you.
thing.
If you could do all of that work, or there was a Kingston pop-up Instagram playground.
Oh wait, it's in Kingston.
Yeah.
No, I assumed it was like in a big city. Like
Well,
New
it
York.
is in a big city generally, but like, if it were close enough, you would totally go to it for
I don't
$18.
think- No.
I mean, and
Oh, and take pictures of your dog
I would.
in
I
a
think-
psychedelic bowling alley.
No,
It
that
did-
would probably
now-
freak Leia out.
100%.
It would depend a great deal on the cost because you said it could go up to like the 45.
18 to 45. In Kingston, I assume it's going to be like
That's what I'm
probably a
saying.
$9 experience.
Like if it's fairly low, I
Yeah.
could see, especially if you're somebody who actually wants to do like be a social influencer.
Says the guy who didn't
Right.
bring money to the movie theater.
Right, but
At the matinee.
No, but Rich is making the point. Even somebody who's got no money wants to spend money
Your money.
on an Instagram playground
Well, because especially because you could.
because you want to be an influencer.
But I mean, you could do it like, and then for like the next month, sort of have photos prepped.
Right,
If you're like instead of going like every weekend or
right.
twice a week or
Or
something.
having to like find enough places in Nepal that look unique and create
Like,
interesting backgrounds.
If they had
it
like,
totally makes sense.
And if they had spaces where you could like
Yeah.
record video and it'd be like quiet.
I like my photos to be more spontaneous.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what would your dream playground be for Instagram? Like, if you could design one of these that they'd let you go to for free, what would it be? For you, I imagine like a wax museum full of superheroes.
No. That's ridiculous. I'd want Avengers Mansion. Like a virtual Avengers Mansion.
Okay, but with heroes in it, or just the mansion? Because
No, just-
nobody would recognize it,
Maybe
would they?
Jarvis. I would recognize it, and that's what's important.
So when you imagine being an influencer, you're like, I'm going to influence me. So you wouldn't want like the Avengers, or excuse me, the X-Men mansion.
No.
No,
That gets blown up like every other movie.
it's a fair point,
So
and
does the Avengers
frequently in the comic books too. So that's what you'd want. You wouldn't want like any heroes. You wouldn't anything psychedelic. You wouldn't anything interesting.
Yeah.
Just Leia in like the Avengers kitchen.
I dispute your idea that Avengers Mansion would not be interesting.
Why would it be interesting?
It's Avengers Mansion. It's full of cool stuff.
Like what?
Quinjets.
Oh, so you want to be able to get to like the sub basement that's got Quinjets in it?
Yeah, I want to be in the mansion, not like outside of it.
No, I thought you were in it like just like in the kitchen.
Yeah, like
No.
the X-Men Mansion, you walk into the first floor.
No,
it's
you'd
just
be in
a
the
mansion.
foyer where they've got the photos of the original, or the painting of the original team.
Okay.
Jarvis might be there vacuuming.
Okay, so you do want like some
original
people there.
comic Jarvis, not computer Jarvis from the movie.
Scarlet Witch kind of wandering back and forth in the
Yeah.
background, like making a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
like Sunday at Avengers Mansion.
And then you could like take a selfie with her. See, now you're starting to feel why people
Yeah.
might do this.
Yeah.
And
Anything else?
Hypothetically, you could do that if you had like a little video playing on a screen.
Yeah,
Like the fake backgrounds that change.
it would be great.
Yeah.
So, if it couldn't be superhero related, what would it be for you?
And it couldn't be Lego related.
Right. That's a good. Yeah.
Star Wars.
Hey, no Star Wars either. No Hobbit. No
Oh,
Harry
could it be
Potter.
a picture of me and Sam, like making our way up Mount Doom?
Actually, that would be kind of like if there was like a little mini exhibit where you could like do those ones where it's like you pose and then it automatically puts you in like the background or whatever.
Yeah. Just looking forlornly at the mountain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Like just some random scenes from like movies. Or it'd be like the scene from like
so
Civil
tired.
War where War Machines hit the ground and like Tony's holding him.
Yeah.
And it's like you and the War Machine.
That'd be great.
The ring is so heavy.
Or Gollum with his hands around your neck.
Yeah.
Gracious.
Oh no, it'd be you Gollum like in the lava.
See, anyway, I like the Instagram
So what would
playground
yours
idea.
be?
I have no idea. I'm not really a guy that does that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd have to see it in
I
person.
would only
to
put
see
up a picture on Instagram once
Every
a day for
day?
950 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm approaching 1,000 days.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Impressive.
approaching the length of the Kennedy administration.
It's an odd comparison.
Well, they often call it 1,000 days.
Do they?
Yeah.
How did that end?
Pretty well for him.
Not good.
Yeah. Is that
Not
really a
good.
comparison you want to make? Like, is that how?
What else? 1,000
You
Leagues
could-
Under the Sea?
Though
Isn't it
you could
10,000 Leagues Under
argue
the Sea?
It is 10,000.
people still
lot of
talk
leagues.
of that administration to this day.
That's true. Camelot, baby.
Yeah, but you
Camelot.
hate that administration.
Mm.
I don't hate it.
You hate it.
I don't hate
You
it.
hate the Kennedys.
That's not true.
The fiery hot passion of
No,
1,000
no,
suns.
no. You're mistaking your hate for Walt Whitman.
No, I
I've
like
never
Walt
known
Whitman.
anybody who hates Walt Whitman
like
like
Walt
you do.
Wait, you
One
hate-
damn thing after another. He hates Walt Whitman.
It's not
He
true.
teaches American literature. He hates Walt Whitman.
I do.
I'm
teach
not
American
fond of
literature.
Mr.
Yeah.
I'm not fond of Mr. Whitman.
I don't know. Like, what would I do?
You wouldn't do the X-Men mansion?
I don't
Danger
know.
Room?
That feels. Oh, the Danger Room's not a bad idea.
Because the danger room is like an Instagram playground.
Yeah, if you think, although
If you had-
danger more threatening.
Yeah, if you had made that comparison, I would totally be down for it. If you had
So-
told me it would be like an Instagram version of the Danger Room,
Yeah.
I'd totally be down with that.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like maybe on stage with Joan Jett.
Okay.
That would be cool, right? Like on a
Maybe
in a
we're
rock
thinking-
show.
I feel they were going too specific. Like maybe just on stage.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Maybe a
Like-
psychedelic bowling alley.
Yeah, or you could even make it look like it's at a rock concert. So if you turned around, you'd see like a crowd.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Richard really likes the realism in our psychedelic Instagram background.
Yeah. Yeah. He wants to. He's driving us.
My dream is to be on stage with Joan Jett. No, maybe off to the side.
Backstage pass.
Rich has given us a lot of notes today.
You know
like
what?
I don't think we've ever gotten so many notes.
You know what? Maybe I just paid to be in the audience.
Maybe I'm just
Yeah,
like an usher.
maybe I'll have somebody pay for me to be in the
Yeah,
audience.
maybe I'm just an usher or like a bouncer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have a lot of ushers at the Joan Jett rock concerts?
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me,
May I get you to your seat?
Yes, you're seated here. Yes. I'm sorry. That is not where you're supposed to stand in the mosh pit, sir. Sir, you are over here.
Sir, you look dehydrated. Would you like to get some refreshment?
Sir, you are moshing really incorrectly.
I have an informational pamphlet that you may read if you would like to know the correct method to moshing.
I think we might have killed Instagram playgrounds.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I think Rich did.
What do you got next?
So New Line Cinema
Yes.
is in partnership with Sanrio
Sanrio?
to make a
What is
Hello
Sanrio? I
Kitty
have no
movie.
idea.
They're the owners of Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty?
Yes.
I have zero interest in that.
Whoa, wait, hang on. I think I can change your mind on this.
Okay.
Bo Flynn is attached as a producer.
Who?
Okay. Not
His
changing
most
my mind.
recent film. Now he is
Yeah.
the producer
Yeah.
of Rampage, Skyscraper, San Andreas, and Journey to the Center of the Earth.
So he's a rock guy.
All four
So
bad
now
movies.
that's what I'm thinking.
You think the
Hello
Rock?
Kitty, Dwayne the Rock Johnson as the voice of Hello Kitty, like Ryan Reynolds in Detective Pikachu.
Does Hello Kitty have a voice? Like I don't know
No,
that
I
Hello
don't
Kitty's
know.
ever spoken.
But
No.
Okay, first off, I'd like to talk about Rich's knowledge of Hello Kitty.
My knowledge
He's
is from,
confident.
He said that
No, Hello
definitely
Kitty's
no.
never spoken.
my knowledge
No.
is from Dan Kimbo.
Is this part of the Hello Kitty extended universe?
No,
Which has
the
a whole
universe
library
isn't.
at home.
The universe isn't technically
And by
extended. It's
library,
just part of
I mean
one
sheets.
cohesive.
He goes to bed every night just reading his sheets.
He cries. Oh, he's got a stuffed Hello Kitty. Oh, you don't make fun of me. You love me.
You like me just the way I am.
And then the Rock speaks back. Not really.
The voices again.
That's a movie.
See, I'm telling
Rich
you.
and Hello Kitty, voiced by The Rock.
See, I've got you on board now.
Not
Like-
Hello Kitty, but like a pillow.
No,
Like the
no,
pillow.
no. It's an image on your bed sheet that,
Yeah. Comes
to
that
life.
emerges
No, no.
and comes to life.
No, any image of like Hello Kitty. So like I could just walking around and there'd be like a sticker and it'd be like,
So it'd be like Ted.
Kind of.
yeah. Only I can see him.
Okay, if The Rock is in it,
It's kind of like Ted meets. What is it? Is Harvey the one with the imaginary bunny that only the main character can see?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so it's always talking to Rich.
But nobody
The
else
Rock
can
is
see it.
talking, and nobody else.
So
hears
it's
him.
really like a thriller or like a psychological.
It would not be a thriller.
Nothing thrilling about this.
No, or psychological.
No.
It's just some guy
barely
going
a
crazy.
farce.
You could call it a case study, perhaps.
in sadness.
Yeah.
I'm just in a small, like, windowless room. There's, like, holographic projectors. I think I'm walking everywhere.
Again, realism.
Right, exactly. Like your regular place.
That someone else pays the rent on.
Wow, that hurt.
Mom, leave me alone. I'm talking to Hello Kitty.
Are you talking to that cat again?
I'm in the basement.
She's real, Mom. She's real.
Why don't you love me like Hello Kitty does?
And look, I was like, you don't need to take that.
Listen, I think
Oh
we
my
just found
God.
the topic for the 100th episode.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I think
like,
You gonna write that?
crippling issues or Hello Kitty?
Oh.
Oh, I would love to play the Hello Kitty to Rich's.
But again, no, it's The
Rich.
Rock. It's The Rock.
Yeah. Oh, that's. It sounded terrible.
It did at first.
But the way we've spun it,
Oh, yeah.
as usual, we've taken a bad Hollywood idea, and we've making it pretty darn marketable.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a shame that won't be the actual movie.
Question.
Yeah.
Is the bad Hollywood idea Hello Kitty or Rich?
Does it have to be one or the other? Like,
I'm
why,
gonna tell
why
you
are you
now,
drawing this artificial
Hollywood-
distinction? Like,
The whole
like
thing.
it's
Hollywood
either or,
has
yeah.
nothing to do with this.
No, that's true.
Yeah, no,
Hollywood
wait,
has
yeah.
nothing to do with you.
So it's not
Yes.
Hollywood's
Did
bad
you just
idea.
make the this motion?
Like to his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that, Rich?
I don't know.
Now he's having some kind of spasm.
Yeah.
I can't control my hand.
Well, I don't know where to go with that.
Yeah, I don't know either. We should probably go to the next
The
item. Do you have-
voices are back.
Please.
All right. All right. I got something for you.
Oh.
Scooby
No.
Oh, I almost put this one.
Doo.
No.
You want a new film?
No.
Oh, it's an animated film, isn't it? Because the people are the voice actors. I thought.
Well, I don't know.
I thought I read that they were doing voices. Because it was Zac Efron.
It's Zac
Are
Efron.
they
Sylvia
doing
Fred.
voices now?
Amanda
Are they doing
Seyfried.
those
And
talkies?
is she Daphne?
She is the one that hangs out with Fred.
That's
Yes.
Daphne.
How
How
but
do you not know which one Daphne is?
Do you not know
I
the
don't know.
laws
There's
of Scooby-Doo?
Velma. I don't know. I haven't watched Scooby Doo in a long time.
I haven't watched Scooby-Doo in a long time. I still know which one is which.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. But the best part, is that Captain Caveman's going to be part of it.
No, I did not.
Yes. Which I think
Why?
you'd be really
Seriously?
excited about.
I love Captain
Why
Caveman.
is Captain Caveman?
Now, here's the bad news.
Caveman!
And that little club would open up and
know,
like a
something
bird would come out of it or whatever.
anything would
Yeah.
come- Unga Munga.
I miss Captain Cave. Didn't
And
he
the
hang out with
Teen
the Teen Angels? I was
Captain
going to say.
Caveman and the Teen Angels.
And they would get on that Laugh Olympics.
Were they on the Laugh Olympics?
They were on one of those shows, weren't they?
I can't remember.
How'd
I just
they had-
remember. I'm a Captain Caveman purist. I
Well,
like
they-
when he was just Captain Caveman.
So no Teen Angels then.
No. When they had their own show as opposed to the Laugh Olympics.
Okay. All right. So, played by, do you know who?
No, I only knew Zac Efron and Amanda Seyfried.
Do you know who? You're going to love it. Tracy Morgan.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
You're Captain Caveman. Played
Tracy
by your
Morgan?
least favorite person.
No.
Yes.
No.
Why
Yes.
would Tracy Morgan be
I don't know.
Oh, God, why?
Gina Rodriguez is going to be Velma. Will Forte is going to be Shaggy. And Tracy Morgan,
Who's Scooby Doo?
who will play Captain Caveman. It's not listed here.
How do you not say who the voice of Scooby Doo is?
It
in the
is an
Scooby-
animation,
That's what I thought.
but I don't see any Scooby. Well, who's going to do? Who cares? It's just Scooby Doo.
No, it's also Ruh-Roh.
So we're done.
Ruby's next?
We've pretty much
Raggy?
and no Scrappy.
No
mentioned
Scrappy?
either.
Oh.
And
Oh,
the world
apparently
rejoiced.
They're going to call it Scoob. Oh, Scoob.
Well, that is what Shaggy calls him.
Yeah. So anyway, I might go see it.
I don't know. I didn't see the other Scooby Doo movies, the live action ones.
I have. Bobby went through a big Scooby phase
Really? So
when
you
he was
saw,
a little
you
kid.
saw all of them.
Those would have come out about
Probably
the
not.
Bobby would have been about the right age for those
Yeah,
things.
and there was a couple kids in his class that were just huge Scooby
yeah, 'cause
fans.
that
Those
was
were not
what
good
Freddie
movies.
Prinze Jr.,
Yeah, they were bad movies.
Sarah Michelle
Honestly,
Gellar.
the only thing that was nice
I like
about
the one
them,
where Scrappy was the bad guy.
Didn't see that one.
I didn't see it either, but there's one where Scrappy
I
was
like
the
the
villain.
guy who played Shaggy.
Matthew
Yeah,
Lillard?
he was not a bad.
I don't know.
He
what-
wasn't
yeah.
a bad Scooby.
Matt-
I mean
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Yeah, he was not bad.
I don't know why, but
Matthew
yeah, he
Lillard.
just seemed to play Shaggy.
I'm pretty sure
well.
the woman that plays Velma is the actress that plays Hawkeye's wife in the Avengers movies.
Well, they can't
Is
all
that
go
a-
on to success.
Yeah, I was like, that's a step up. Well, doesn't.
I've got great news. The agent's on the phone. You're in the new Avengers film. And
Oh
she's
my
like,
God, really?
"Oh my God, this is the best moment of my life."
Scarlet Witch?
No, you're going to be Hawkeye's wife.
Black Widow, like Black Widow.
Nice. Hawkeye's wife.
Who?
Is Marrow an
who's-
option?
who-
I mean, I know she's X-Men, but is Marrow an option? How about Deathcry? Gotta be Deathcry?
Callisto. Like, we need a Callisto.
Can I be
I'm trying to
bystander
think
B?
of really bad, like, female Marvel characters. Moondragon.
You love Callisto?
No, but she's X-Men.
Oh, that's Marvel.
Sorry, I meant Avengers characters, not Marvel.
Okay.
Moondragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God, Moondragon. Just
Still, worse to be Hawkeye's wife.
Tigra? Tigra's not that bad.
Nah. Hopefully never in a film, though.
Yeah, no, they'd have to do some reworking of that character. Ooh,
So-
Hellcat.
Some substantial.
You do Hellcat.
Hellcat would be way better than Hawkeye's wife.
No. No, that's about par.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
About right with each other here.
You know, she was like, whose wife?
Yeah. Who?
Sorry, Hawkeye. What?
And then the guy with the bow and arrow. Oh, Green Arrow. Cool.
It's
No,
too
not
bad.
Green Arrow.
But isn't it? It's a TV show. Okay.
No, the Green Arrow knockoff. That's the guy that you're going to be married to.
Woo! He's quiet.
I'm fine.
He's so angry.
I'm good. I'm fine.
So
You know what? Just you are dead to me. It just rolls right off.
Oh, Green Arrow.
It's nice to see the line.
Yeah.
Just rolls right off.
Yep. All right. Do you have something else you want to introduce?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
This is sort of a poll for you
Excellent.
because, of course, the Disney acquisition of 20th Century Fox
I read a little bit about
has
that.
become official, and it sort of raises questions of what's going to happen to the various X properties that were already in development,
Right.
such as the Gambit movie with Channing Tatum as Gambit,
Yes.
which has already lost 3 directors.
Yeah. It's not. That's been kicking around for quite a while,
since
right?
2014.
That's quite a while in
Yeah.
my book.
The last report was that Tatum actually might direct it. I think they should probably just cut their losses.
Yeah.
Gambit has never been one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Now I could see how you could make a fun romp with Gambit.
You
at
could.
the focus.
I'm not
but
sure Tanning Tatum.
Tanning Tatum.
Tanning Tatum.
That's the
Strikes
problem,
me as
especially if you got the
Gambit.
wrong guy.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, that feels.
Yeah. So that raised another question in my
Yeah.
mind. Whatever happened to the New Mutants movie?
I read somewhere that it was still coming. Like
Yeah,
I
well,
read
it's-
somewhere they're like, all Fox has left is Dark Phoenix
Well,
and New Mutants.
Yeah.
But we talked about New Mutants on this
Well, I
this
looked it
podcast.
up.
Like,
It's
while
now
ago.
scheduled to be
Wow.
released August 2nd of this year.
oh, good.
Uh,
Why have they held it so long? Are
there
they
have been
worried
reshoots.
about it? Or
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. There's been
All
reshoots.
good signs.
It's also been reported that it may be released on Disney Plus, their new streaming site, or Hulu, which Disney now has a majority ownership in.
that would be great on Hulu because I actually own that.
Yeah.
Whereas the Disney streaming site is going to be a hard
Though
sell.
it feels kind of disappointing for New Mutants to debut on Hulu.
Yeah, I agree. It looked like a really interesting
It did.
movie.
And
I
originally, it was supposed to be the first of a trilogy.
well, and that might be the problem too, if Disney doesn't want to make the rest of them, because a Demon Bear trilogy would be pretty freaking
No.
awesome.
I think the plan, because one of the rumors was that the reshoots were to add Warlock into this movie,
Yeah,
and thus I think Warlock was going to be like Warlock and the Magus was going to be like part of the next.
not
thing.
my favorite of the New Mutant storylines.
No.
I want to see that New Mutants movie.
I do, too.
The trailer I saw looked really good.
Yeah, I think we did a show on it like 2 years ago.
we did, and we're still waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So hopefully August, which seems like a weird time for a horror movie to come out, but it was originally scheduled for April, which also seems like a weird time.
I would assume that Disney has ideas
Yes, I don't
about
know.
what they want to do with the Marvel universe, and so I'm not sure that.
the New Mutants fit into with it.
Yeah,
I mean, though they could do the Hulu as like that version of Netflix to
right,
bypass the canon of the Marvel movies.
right.
Well, they've got. I mean,
I mean, it's in the can, so you want to
might as well
make
do
money
something.
on
I
it
mean,
somehow.
they could still do the trilogy, and just say like, hey, this is a Hulu thing. It's not part of the
Yeah.
the MCU or whatever. Not really. Do like
Yeah.
all the like the Jessica Jones and all those kind of Netflix stuff.
Right.
Oh, hey.
Maybe so.
Speaking of the Netflix stuff,
Yes. Look, Rich created a segue.
I did.
Yeah, it did.
So I fear
Rich types in
that
what
the
does
final
segue mean.
nail in the coffin of those shows coming back
Yeah.
has been hammered in.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you saw this.
Mm-hmm.
But there was an advertisement that popped up. They're auctioning off props from the show.
Oh.
Really?
Yes. Some of the items on sale.
Yes.
And this is literally how it's advertised.
Yeah.
Luke Cage's hoodie with bullet holes.
No, they're going to make a lot of money. Are
They're
they doing that
auctioning
for
off-
charity? Or are they just making money?
It's an auction house. So I think it's just the auction house.
Oh, so the auction house somehow got a hold of this
yeah.
stuff.
But I mean, when you look at
How much is Luke Cage's? I mean,
it's just a preview. They didn't have like
Coulter and I are about the same size,
Target.
so I think I could probably wear it.
as a dress, maybe.
Nightgown.
Yeah, it's what Rich wears to bed with his Hello Kitty sheets. Why
the hate today?
But you gave us a lot of notes.
That's true.
We're just giving you notes.
So
Notes,
you give us show notes. We're giving you life notes.
Yeah.
Get Hello Kitty.
But they're actually not. So they had like eight or nine things up.
It would be pretty cool to have that.
So the
hoodie.
Nelson and Murdoch sign,
Oh, that would be sweet.
Pop swear jar,
Put it in your office.
Pop swear jaw.
Matt Murdoch's round red glasses.
Ooh.
Nice.
They had like the Daredevil costume, but like what's interesting is that they had none of the props from Jessica Jones or Punisher were previewed.
Huh. Interesting.
So
There's a guy at SEM right now who's using a 3D printer to create an Iron Man helmet.
that's cool.
Yeah. Which is going to have the hinge on it, so it'll come up and down.
That's cool.
I've seen people who've had full working
And
Iron Man suits.
Yeah, he wants to hook it into like all the Wi-Fi in his house too, so he can like command his house.
I'm assuming it's his own 3D printer and not Sem's.
Yes.
Okay,
He bought it for like $172.
that
Yeah,
seems really
that's
cheap.
cheap
for a
nowadays.
Like 3D printers are really cheap,
should
and I
have
think
one
you
for
can
the
print
show.
like meat stuff.
You can print anything.
Well, I think you have the. Yeah, you can. I've
That's
seen
how we
them in
make our
some
action figures of
conferences where
ourselves.
They'll have like they'll be at a conference and making like little bite-sized food things.
Hey,
Yeah,
like
but you need the right
Do
ingredient.
you want to do some research on 3D printers?
Oh, we should.
Because I have professional development money left to spend.
Now, at $172, he said he had to assemble some of it, but still, they're very affordable now. And the plastic that he's making it out of is really not that expensive either.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, because it's
So,
plastic. Like like, it's not that difficult
yeah.
to get.
Yeah, so like he said it takes forever to print.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince him to do the whole suit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there's a problem.
What's that?
He'd be Plastic Man.
Got it. Not Iron Man because it's
Yeah.
made of plastic.
See, that was really good.
Hey, I know that you love the. Would you quit knocking
I
the muff
swear.
off? I swear to God, 4 times at least.
For this show alone.
So you love the comedian John Mulvaney, right?
I think you mean John Mulaney,
That's who I was talking
No,
about.
this one's
Yes,
from Transylvania.
voice of Spider-Ham.
that's right. Have you seen his most recent? I don't know if it's his most recent. The comedy special he did at Radio City Music Hall.
I have not. I've never seen
I
a
think it's
John
his most
Mulaney.
recent.
It
comedy
is
special.
up on Netflix.
I saw
Oh,
it
it is?
advertised.
I strongly recommend that you take a listen to it.
Yeah. Why?
He does a bit about Trump,
Oh.
where he never talks about Trump directly, but he describes the Trump presidency and the way people follow it as a horse being loose in a hospital.
Oh, good lord.
And it is the best, smartest analysis I have heard explaining the Trump phenomenon.
Oh, wow.
It is
Whoa.
spectacular.
Even better than ours.
Okay, second best.
Okay.
Because when we compared him to King Robert, was it King Robert in Game of Thrones?
Games of Thrones.
Games of Thrones.
He's
Yeah.
coming back in a few weeks.
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Wait,
I've
that's
got
not
HBO
over?
Go. I'm ready to go.
Have you watched anything?
I've watched all of season
Season
one.
one.
How many seasons are there?
I don't know.
This is 7 or 8.
I'm gonna. Here's what I think we should do. I think I'm just gonna have to dive in
Yeah.
and pick up where it is.
Yeah, if only you had had an opportunity to do that like several years ago when someone loaned you their Blu-rays.
Yes. Unfortunately, I've only gotten through season 1.
You really shouldn't
But
be
we will
disappointed
still-
of not watching Game
You got
of
through
Thrones.
season 1 like how many years ago?
It was last summer, I think. It was after we moved to the dorm.
Was it?
Yeah.
You realize you've been there for
This is our 3rd year, so
Yeah.
we've been there 2.5 years. So it was either this previous summer or the summer before that.
okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
Winter is not coming in the dorm.
no. If you would, feels like it. If you fast forward to in the Mulaney thing, like it's about the 45, 42 minute mark, you should definitely listen to it. It is spectacularly funny and really smart, and will make you a little bit sad about
Well,
how
that's
we live.
pretty much.
Anyway, that's my plug for the. You should do a plug every week.
Yeah.
I'm plugging Mulaney. He needs the plug, right?
Does he?
Yeah, he needs somebody helping people understand how funny he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why you keep looking at me. Like,
I don't know, because I keep thinking you're going to say something like, I'm going to have John Mulaney on the show next week.
I don't know why you would think I would say that.
It's your job, really.
Is it?
I feel like it.
I didn't know I had a job.
It's more of a
Well.
task. Job implies that he gets paid.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Or that he works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel
So-
like being here today has been labor
For me.
for all of us.
Yeah. So, you got anything else? We still have a couple minutes.
Um,
I've got more stuff to share. Like, we really wandered off of superheroes, which makes me very happy.
Yeah.
Like, do you see the most recent Taylor Swift news?
no.
Back in the day on the radio, somebody had a bit of a crush on Taylor Swift. And it was you.
Colin?
No, do you still love Taylor
Callan?
Swift as much?
She's kind of faded recently in terms of like
Really?
what my awareness of her.
Really? Huh.
Wasn't
Okay.
there like some weird thing where they thought she was like hinting that an album was about to drop or something?
At one point, but apparently she and Katy Perry
Oh, they have a feud.
have solved their long-running feud.
Oh, they have.
Well, that's
Oh,
what
thank God.
That's what the rumor was on Elle.
On
So
what?
On what?
Elle,
L?
the website Elle.
You mean the magazine?
Well, I looked it
The
up on
website
the
for the
web.
magazine?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you happy?
God.
You happy to see the two of them coming together?
Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you heard about the super fan that was arrested on her property.
I did
again,
hear about
which
that.
is
yes.
like really
Like
scary.
the second time he's been arrested
Right.
on her property.
Yeah, like that's really scary stuff.
Yeah.
Like you realize being a celebrity is not all fun and games.
Yeah.
Do you have any fans like that? Like from Even More Mashed Up that show up on your porch?
Does Leia count?
No.
No.
Because she's in my house.
No, I know, but do you
And
have
she tends to
fans?
destroy things.
Like people that hang out at the
Leia's a
Turkey Hill
fan.
pretending to pump gas, but they've got binoculars and they're looking into your house
Not that I know of, but
See.
now I'm.
to see what's going on in
No.
there.
No.
Somebody just like at the car, like
They've got like that telephoto lens, and they're like
Yeah.
Yeah.
snapping pictures like a spy movie.
just standing in the middle of the street.
No, I did have a friend of mine that was at the gas station that called me one time.
Yeah.
She's like, the front door of your house is open. I'm like, that's the house next door.
Well,
Who cares about my neighbors?
She wasn't sure which house it was. She
you
like,
had the friend who also called and sent you a picture of the guy from the Village People
You mean the UPS delivery dude?
coming into your house.
It was a UPS delivery dude.
No, it was a guy in an orange vest. He was like the
Oh,
construction
that
worker.
was right. There's UGI dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm pretty sure you were doing your Village People tribute band
Yeah.
warm up. What I want to know is like when you rehearse, because he showed up in full regalia, right? He was
'Cause he
dressed
was-
as the construction
He
worker.
was there to inspect the gas line.
Who are you?
I'm the guy that let him in the house to inspect my gas line.
Vicky says the Native American.
That seems racist.
I say you're the traffic cop.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you? Like, if you had to be a village person, which village person are you?
Are those my only options? That you named
Who else was in the Village People? There was the cop,
Was there a sailor?
Native. Oh, of course there was a sailor, and then there was the
Why do you say,
construction
of course
worker
There was a sailor.
Keep in mind the sailor wore no shirt.
in the Navy. The song.
Nah.
In the
Oh, none of them wore
Navy.
shirts.
Well, no, the
You can
traffic
eat
cop did.
pork and beans. Did he? No, but it wasn't the.
Oh, was it just the vest?
It was unbuttoned like
I don't
all the way
remember.
down to
Oh,
his
yeah.
navel. So
Yeah.
which one?
I don't think I'm any of the village people.
Avoiding the answer.
Yep. Cut a little too close to home there.
Mm.
It's okay that you're in a Village People cover band. I think it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed you didn't ask me to join, but
Mm-hmm.
also somewhat relieved.
Yeah.
yeah. You're not sure if you'd say yes if he'd asked you, but
Yeah.
it's good.
Rich in his flannel would be like the lumberjack.
Oh, no, Rich comes as Hello Kitty.
The Hello Kitty lumberjack.
Yep.
All right, you got anything else?
I'm good.
That's it?
I think we're done.
Are we out of time?
I think we're getting close.
Doesn't feel like it.
Because we're not.
I started my thing 5 minutes late, so
No, wait, we're at 50 minutes?
I think we're pretty close.
Is that true, Rich?
We're at 50 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so we are almost.
Yeah, I think we're out of time.
I had questions
And
about
I mean,
Riverdale.
you knocked off your mic
We'll save it
again.
for the Riverdale show.
We'll have to save. I've got questions about the Arrowverse.
We'll have to save that for a show.
Big news on Arrow, right?
You mean the end of Arrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
that
probably should talk about that.
We need to talk about. I had a ton of stuff on comics.
Well, we could always do this again sometime.
Yeah. Can I ask you one quick question? Because this may never come back again.
Okay.
At C2E2, DC's Tim Seeley was quoted talking about how tired he is of the postmodern superhero era, which has been marked by heroes battling heroes and moral relativism. I don't think that's unfair to say that
No.
that's sort of where we're at. Quote, the next era of superheroes might have to be people coming back to what they agree on, Seeley said. What do you think?
Sure.
Is that immediately? Like, do you see that coming?
No, I don't see it coming immediately, but
When do you see it coming?
maybe December with Marvel Super Mega Secret Crossover event.
Really? I thought you were going to say maybe 2020 November when there's an
But
election.
even
No, I don't think we're going to be coming together in that election.
But we're not going to be coming together before that election.
No, but I don't think we're coming together during that election either.
But maybe we elect somebody who brings us all together.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
But if we don't do that, I don't see how Tim Seeley's right.
Yeah.
Like why would the popular culture start reflecting what the culture isn't?
If only there was a book coming out soon that talked about that in comics.
Like in November
Yeah.
of 2019.
Yeah.
Oh well.
By the way, just saw the cover, Rich. It looks
Cover sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Who makes the covers for the
Press.
Yeah, somebody
They have a design
in-house.
department.
Yeah.
was it Texas?
Yep.
Yeah. University of Texas Press.
Yep.
That's
So,
cool.
That's my second plug today. I got to
Yeah.
quit plugging because I'm not getting paid for any of this.
Yeah. So.
Not yet.
All
You
right.
keep
Well, it feels
plugging.
like we might have.
That's a terrible way to
Petered
end the
out.
show.
We always
Like,
end the show
that's-
terribly.
No, but that's the worst way. Now I guess we're done. It's like the student who gives the
I guess
speech
we're
in
done.
class and they're done and they're like,
Stand there
conclusion,
awkwardly.
not even in conclusion. They'll just be like, they'll stop.
Look
And
at
I'm done.
you.
There's a pause.
Look
Yeah.
at- they'll
They
at
look
you.
around and they're like,